Hello and welcome to 360 Sports. It's another beautiful Monday in the city of Abuja, and it was actually a mixed feeling for a lot of particularly a club in Europe right there over the weekend, and some other clubs also in Europe. And then coming down to Nigeria, the Nigerian Premier Football League, some clubs hope they would have made the Super Six. They tried their best, but the Super Six ticket eluded them, and it was actually a very let me say a bitter one from those teams that couldn't get the ticket for the Super Six. They were very close, but at the end of the day they missed out from the Super Six. I am Emmanuel Fasheme, and I will not be doing this alone. I have Isaac Omideji all the way from Niger State joining me via Zoom on the show this beautiful Monday morning. Okay, quickly before we join Isaac Omidiji from Niger State, let's go straight to the first story we have for you. It was actually a total demolition of Nigeria Republic right there at the Wafubi tournament happening, that is for the women, happening in Ghana, Kumasi, at the Babayara Stadium, where Super Eagles got a draw during the World Cup qualifier. But our own under 20 ladies, the Falconets as they are called, annihilated Nigeria Republic 7-0. It ended, and one lady who cannot stop scoring, she carried all the form from the World Cup under 17 right there in Indian down to the Wafubi tournament. That is the person of Esther Ajakaye, who also won the Woman of the Match award. She bagged a hat-trick in that particular game. It was 7-0 annihilation of Nigeria Republic right there in their opener. The Wafubi tournament is preparation for teams that will play at the under 20 AFCON for women come later this year. And for the Falconets, tutored by coach Chris Danjuma, it was actually I think a beautiful one, because at some point during the preparation for this tournament, their last friendly match they actually played in Nigeria, that is in Abuja, here before they jetted out of the country to Ghana. They actually beat a club side 10-0. It ended, and now they have replicated the same form in their first match of the tournament by beating Nigeria Republic 7-0. It ended on the night. Esther Ajakaye getting a hat-trick, and then Oyine Deze, a lady who was very imperious, superb at the under-20 World Cup, where we actually lost out to Holland in the second round, was also superb. She also got a brace in that particular encounter. And seriously, I think Nigeria are battle ready. All right, we have Isaac Omideji joining us all the way from Niger State. Isaac Omideji, welcome to the show. Quickly, the Falconets actually, in fact, they did what they know how to do by demolishing Nigeria Republic 7-0.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you for the today. However, as good as that result sounds, I will not celebrate it. Because
why?
Where are you going to place Niger in African football when we talk of world football, when it comes to female football? And remember that we have not been getting into rosy, especially our female football. Our dominance has been reduced, it has been curtailed, and we have failed to go back to how we should now meet all these formidable forces coming to bring down our football. When I mean coming to bring down our football, I'm talking of the likes of Morocco, the likes of Senegal, the likes of South Africa, who are improving their female football, their women football, and we are doing nothing about ours. Ours is just to see tournaments, and we just bring players, and they go and prosecute matches for us. However, there's one thing I'll be happy about, and that is the integration of supporting players into these other players, and giving them a sense of belonging, and they are also performing and showing good stuff. However, I'm not going to celebrate Nigeria between Niger and 20 women football. No, I'm not going to do that.
You are not going to do that. But no matter how you look at it, there are no longer minnows when it comes to football in the world right now, because we saw surprises in the World Cup. If Saudi Arabia can beat Argentina in their opening game in Qatar 2022, then you should know that football has gone past that stage where you think, okay, I can just have an easy ride over an opponent. But let's look at the Falconets under Chris Danjuma. I think this man understands what women football is all about. Beating Niger 7-0 is not a fluke. No matter how you will not celebrate it, I will celebrate it, because at some point we have had some mixed results coming from the women's football. But outside that, we will be playing. We have Burkina Faso also to come in that group to play. Now, with this feat of our first game, do you think we can actually go far, because we are the most decorated side when it comes to the Wafubi tournament for under 20? Do you think we can achieve the same feat we achieved the last time out?
Definitely. And nothing short of the title. They need to win this Wafubi tournament and qualify for the African Championship normal, and see how we go and qualify also for the World Cup. You know, we are one of the best ranked thing when it comes to football, female football on the continent. As such, any competition we're participating in, we should go and win. And we should win well. You know, unfortunately, our senior women team is currently not doing well. And we have a college coach that has been brought in to be a national team coach who is also not getting it right. You know, so let's see if these young coaches like Christopher can come up with the best thing that can happen to our football again. Because if we know that, yes, it is more difficult on the men's side, the women's side where we're getting it right is also trying to get more difficult for us. So, but for a tournament like Wafubi, Nigeria should win it and win it comfortably.
They should win it and win it comfortably. Now, let's look at Chris Danjuma. This man has actually been at the helm of affairs for so long, as in when it comes to women's football. Do you think he's the man, if they can maybe draft him to the Super Falcons, but do you think he's the kind of coach that our ladies need?
Remember that we have a football federation that doesn't believe in our own coaches. We have a football federation that rather give home-based coaches as assistant coaches to these foreign coaches, who the only difference to me is just the color of their skin. However, Danjuma also needs to pass through the ropes again. He has done that, he has been there, but I think to coach the Super Falcons, you need to get gradually. If, for example, he leads this team to the under 20 World Cup, this same team to the under 23, and he start taking to be the coach of the Super Falcons, he'll be taken seriously, because most of these girls who play for him are the Super Falcons. So, but some of these established girls currently in the Super Falcons are finding it difficult to respect him.
Okay, they find it difficult to respect him, but if you look at it, I think the girls have actually tried, and I love that smart move by picking some of the players from the under 17, that is the Flamingos, to join the under 20 squad, and we have seen their usefulness in that team, their prowess in person of Esther Jakaye, who actually bagged a hat trick. She was so instrumental at the under 17 World Cup right there in India at the Flamingos, where we actually won the bronze. And congratulations to them for winning their first match of the tournament right there in Ghana, Bayara Stadium. That is the place it was played. That same stadium, that is where Super Eagles went and got a goalless draw, and they came back to Abuja and they lost the World Cup ticket woefully. Congratulations to them. And quickly, let's move away from that story and head straight to Argentina, to another youthful side. This time around, it is the men's side who actually started well. They started well by beating Dominican Republic 2-1. It ended. First, we were pegged back and we had to come back courtesy of an own goal from Pena, and then Joe Sunday getting the second goal for Nigeria. It ended 2-1. Landon Buson and his boys second in Group D. Isaac Omidije, what is your rating about the performance last night before we talk about some of their individual players and what we noticed?
If you could remember, Emmanuel, the last time I featured on this show, I told you that I don't expect any miracle from Amboso.
Yes, of course.
Not a coach that has distinguished himself. It's not a coach that I expect any miracle from. And it also played out yesterday. Dominican Republic on paper should be the weakest team of that group. And
In
it
short,
should be
this is
a
the first time for
country
them to qualify for
where
any
every
tournament.
other country is playing them, use them to get enough goals. However, we struggled. Whether we like it or not, we won by 2 goals to 1, but we struggled. And this might come back to haunt us because the other group game saw Italy defeating Brazil by 3 goals to 2. So Brazil are wounded. So they know that their next game they must win. And on paper, Italy and Brazil should qualify from this group. So we have put ourselves in a more difficult situation. Remember, if not, I know that yes, mistakes must be made for goals to be scored.
Yeah.
But the manner of goal we scored yesterday by our player, Balawa, yes, it shows that he has that instinct of reacting on time. But I expected us to score more goals yesterday. So that when it comes to okay, we are going to decide on the country who has scored more goals more goals, and the country has scored less goals, then probably might give us an advantage. But Dominican Republic, whether we like it or not, we are not minors in football and all that. However, Emmanuel, Dominican Republic should have scored.
Okay, if you look at the way we actually played, Dominican Republic was equal to the task. This is the first time they will qualify for any tournament, whether senior or at junior level. This is the first time they are coming to a FIFA tournament. And for Nigeria, we have been there twice, runners up. The last time was in 2005. Now, if you look at Landon Boso's team, I think a lot still need to be, as in corrections, still need to be done in that team. Now, okay, no matter at the last time out at the AFCON, we struggled to get goals. Can we say it is the sign of good things to come? Because this time around, at least we're able to score. No matter how it's an own goal, but the goal has been credited to us. It is pressure that brings goals. Now, can we actually say maybe the goal scoring aspect has been corrected?
No, until we face more difficult fights. We'll face the like of Italy, the likes of Brazil, and we'll see the number of goals we score. The question is how many chances were created yesterday? How many clear cut chances were created for the striker to score yesterday? How many of them were converted? Those are the things we should look to know if we have corrected our goal scoring point. And if you look at these indices and these statistics, definitely we have not. We have not.
Okay. I noticed something yesterday. Individually, these players are good. What do you think that Landamboso will do right now? Because I see individual, everybody, like the last guy that came in, Emmanuel, the number 18 jersey that was brought on. He was trying to. He had chances to just give a pass for his teammate to actually put the ball into the back of the net, but he wanted to score. Now, what should Landamboso do to just to stamp out and cut out completely individual style of play from this team?
We need to look at the fact that most of the players have agents. Most of them were facilitated into that thing by their agent, whether we like it or not. They want to sell themselves personally first before doing anything for Nigeria. They are looking for contracts outside the country. And if you have a coach who doesn't stamp his authority on that thing, these players will continue to play individual football. And at this under 20 level, I'm not expecting this from them. If under 17 are doing this, it's okay, they are still matures. But these are under 20 players. They played at under 17 level. Some of them played at under 15 level. Some of them are playing in academies. Some of them are playing in established club sites. Yet, we still want to dwell on individual abilities. No, we need to play as a team. That's because we don't have excellent individual players that can change games. No, we don't have the likes of Messi. We don't have the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo or Erling Haaland or Kevin De Bruyne. No, we don't have them. So we need to put our team together and work as a team. That is the best way we can get the strength out of this player.
Okay, let's quickly have the table before we go to the next match that we'll be playing on Wednesday, and it's against Italy. Let's see how we are standing on the table quickly. Nigeria is second in that table, having considered a goal, and they were able to score 2. And then Italy actually defeated Brazil. They had more goals than Nigeria. 3-2 ended. They were 3 goals up in the first half, and Brazil had to rally around to get those 2 goals. And if you look at it, Nigeria is second in that group with Italy topping, and we'll be playing Italy come Wednesday. What's our chances against the Italians?
We must not lose that game. The chances are slim, but if the Nigerian spirit will come to play. However, we should not always call the Nigerian spirit. Let us be good enough to win matches without the Nigerian spirit.
Okay.
Let the Nigerian spirit be the last thing we rely on. That's luck. But we must be able to be good enough to face this side. And the Italians, you have even some of their under 20 players playing in a status club, even the Serie A. They are already formidable, but we need to have our act together. We should put away fear. Because if we have it in our mind that it's Italy we are playing, then the young Azuris will prepare us.
Okay, we have it at the back of our mind that yes, we are also capable and equal to the task. That match will be coming up on Wednesday against the Italians. We wish them well. We wish they get the maximum 3 points. Once we get the 6 points, then against Brazil, is either you get a draw, whatever happens, you know that you are already through to the next round. But first, congratulations to them for actually getting the first 3 points of the tournament in their Group D opener. We hope to see better things and changes. Landa Boso is also hearing us. He needs to correct a lot of things. The individual style of play from the boys need to be stamped out of that team, and then we can put our acts together and get the best of result we had wanted. He has said in an interview that he is looking to lift the trophy, but he needs to at least take one match at a time before he starts saying that. Let's leave that story and head straight to Italy, where the Italian Open was concluded, and one man from Russia cannot stop just winning. That is Dani Medvedev, who actually brushed aside Runin from Norway. That game ended 7-5, 7-5 in Rome. That is the Italian Open. All of these are preparation for the Roland Garros. Dani winning his first ever clay tournament right there in his career. He has never won any clay tournament before in his career. This is the first one, and it's coming in Italy, that is in Rome. Now, what does this feat mean for Dani Medvedev of Russia? Yes. Yes.
And you look at just so he is one of the favorites already, and this will also spur him in future clay tournament to realize that it's not a tournament that he should hate. Because according to his words, after he won, he said, "I hate clay because he has not won a match, not just a title." A match on clay, but this time he went away. I mean, went all the way, winning matches and winning the title at the end of the day. So it is a good one, and this is his fifth title. Yes, this season. Yes, so
yes,
far this year. So it's a good one for him going to Roland Garros, and I believe that Medvedev should be one of those we look for definitely.
Yes, and with this victory, he has been able to topple over Djokovic on the second spot, and when Roland Garros starts on May 28th, he will be seeded second, and that is what this feat has actually achieved for him. Congratulations to Dani, the man from Russia. We hope peace return to that region between them and Ukraine, and then let's see some of the big names. We always have big names coming from Russia playing tennis. We just congratulations to him. We look forward to his performance. Right now, Nadal will not be there. They only have Djokovic and the rest of them to contend with. Let's see who wins Roland Garros this time around. Let's move away from Italy and head straight to England, where Manchester City, the almighty Manchester City, winning their third Premier League in a row. They did it back to back in a row by pipping Chelsea 1-0. It ended, and they are celebrating. Even before before that match, they have already been crowned champions due to Arsenal's inability to beat Nottingham Forest. They lost to Nottingham Forest, and with that loss, Manchester City were confirmed champions of the EPL 2022-2023 league season. Isaac Omidije, Manchester City, brilliant for them.
When you have a team of good players, you also need a coach and a good manager. And Pep has proven to be a good manager with these proper players. I remember one thing that went so well for them this season is that they have squad depth.
Yes,
there is no other team in the Premier League that has the kind of depth And I'm talking of depth now. I'm not talking about not just numbers. I'm talking about quality of those numbers. Look at the players that featured yesterday against Chelsea.
Let me say
You can easily
it's
put
a
them under
third string
21
team. Oh.
players. But they still got a victory, and they were crowned champions yesterday. It's not, but it's also good that Arsenal were able to push them all this way because Arsenal topped the league for a very long period of time. But at the point, the lack of depth in their team also affected them, and fatigue setting, and they no longer maintain that tempo they started with from the beginning of the season. And these guys, with the kind of players they have, the kind of manager they have, the kind of support they have, they keep improving and improving. Don't be surprised. Kind of quality players they will stay out again in the summer.
Okay, seriously, it was actually a very beautiful one from Arsenal. Quickly, let's have the table and see with that feat what actually where they are standing, how Arsenal is standing on the table. Let's quickly get the table right about now. Let's see what is actually happening there. They are on 88 points, while Arsenal is on 81 points, 7 points difference. And congratulations to Manchester City. And I see quickly, they still have the FA Cup to play and the Champions League. What are their chances in these two remaining games?
I am certain that they will win the FA Cup. If possible, I will advise Manchester United not to even turn up. So it's not be another
Why did you say
disaster.
so?
However, for the Champions League, I think this is also Man City's season. Yeah, I'm not writing off Inter Milan. The Italians can be very funny. They can frustrate your A game. They can make you, not even on the counter. However, this is Man City. They know that they are not playing a Real Madrid. They're not playing a Liverpool. They're not playing a Bayern Munich or a team in the final. They're playing Inter Milan. So they should be more confident that they can go all the way. I see it as a Champions League to be won by Man City. And for the FA, definitely.
Okay, and Isaac, we have to come back home now. Straight down to the MPFL. Let's look at the MPFL because it's our own. If we don't promote our own, nobody will. But the MPFL has been very interesting this season. Super 6 teams confirmed yesterday, the last match, day 18. All matches went down simultaneously. And we have had the teams confirmed, and the teams are on the screen right now. We have from Group A, Insurance, Remo Stars, Enyiba, and then in Group B, we have Rivers United, Lobby Stars, and Sunshine Stars. And some teams yesterday actually wanted to follow through the back door, or anyhow they could get the Super 6, but the third position teams actually held their own and held their ground so firm, apart from Doma United, who fell to Abia Warriors, and they were not able to qualify. Their first time in the Nigerian Premier Football League this season, and they were at the verge of qualifying for the Super 6, but they could not get that. Sunshine Stars have to push them out of that position, and right now Sunshine Stars will join others in the Super 6. But brilliantly, we will talk about Bendel Insurance before we look at other teams. They have equal Aqua United record, 18 matches unbeaten this season.
And season, I've said it all the way and unbeaten this season. And you can still say it officially. So they've been unbeaten. However, there's something to be worried about. Out of these 18 matches, they won 8 and drew 10. Going into the Super 6 with this kind of form, and most of the draws came even in the second half of the Bridge League. Yeah. Going into the top 6 or Super 6 rather with this form might not go down well with them, because the top 6, the Super 6 is about points. They are going to play each other in the Super 6 in Lagos. So it's about the club with the highest number of points that will be the champions. So that you top the various groups doesn't mean you will be champions at the end of the day. And when the Super 6 commence next month. So it's a different ball game. It's going to be interesting. I think 3 games per day will be played for the Super. Let's see how Insurance and Rivers United will top the various groups. Let's see how their performances will pan out at the Super 6. However, insurance must stop drawing. They must win matches.
Okay, now quickly let's look at the result, and then we'll flip to the table. Let's look at the result, how it ended in the last match, day 18. In Group A, we have Academy Warriors and Plateau United playing 2-2 draw. Gombe United lost at home to Aqua United 1-0. Remo Stars trashed Kwara United 4-0. Ended. Shooting Stars and Enyimba ended it on a goalless draw, which was enough for Enyimba to qualify. And then for Nasarawa United and Bendel Insurance went ahead in that game through Deputy Echeta, and then Nasarawa United had to come back, equalize in the second half of that game. And then in Group B, we have Abia Warriors that beat Doma United 2-0, Bayelsa United 2 against Niger Tornadoes. That was enough for them to escape the relegation. Enugu Rangers and Rivers United shared the spoils 1-1. Lobby Stars lost at home to Wiki Tourists, who also wanted to sneak in and remain in the Nigerian Premier Football League, but Bayelsa United had to hold their ground against Niger Tornadoes, and that result didn't favor them at all. And for Sunshine Stars, they trashed already relegated Dakada FC of Akwa Ibom. 3-0 ended, and that was the result they needed that qualified them for the Super 6. Now, if you look at the table, Bendel Insurance ended the Average League Group A table with 34 points. Remo Stars 33 points. Enyimba, who was second before, was pushed down to third position with 32 points. Aqua United 32 points, but on goal difference, that is why Enyimba was able to qualify for the Super 6. Plateau United ended on the 5th position with 26 points. Shooting Stars 23 points on the 6th position. Gombe United minus 10 goal difference with 19 points, occupying the 7th position. Kwara United at least was able to remain in the MPFL with 17 points with a minus 11 goal difference. And then Nasarawa United and Academy Warriors were eventually relegated. Let's have Group B quickly. Let's have the Group B table quickly. And now Group B table, we have Rivers United who occupied that position with 34 points. Lobby Stars 30 points coming closely. Sunshine Stars 27 points on third position. Abia Warriors 27 points, occupying the 4th position. Doma United, so painful for them. They wanted to play the Super 6, but finished 5th with 26 points. Niger Tornadoes with 23 points. Bayelsa United, a team that was deducted by 3 points and fined, was able to remain in the MPFL with 21 points. Enugu Rangers also following, but for Wiki Tourists and Dakada FC, they have been relegated. And now quickly, if you look at it, for all of this team, Nasarawa United is a surprising one going on relegation.
Very surprising, because this is a team that just not quite long played on the continent. So you expect that they should be formidable. They should be a team that, with all their experiences in the league, they should be able to manage. But it has been from one crisis from management, and so far, I mean, leading to the sack of the coach, it has affected the team. And they are out, very big team out of the MPFL. But Canopilla,
okay, that is how far we can go on the show. Isaac Omidije, thanks for coming on the show all the way from Niger State. All right, I'm Emmanuel.